This call will be recorded and subject to monitoring at any time. You may begin speaking now.
Hello? Hi. How are you? How are you? Not good. You're dead. They have video. They got evidence. What? Video. Of what? I'm not going to say this on the phone. All I can say, Keith, is be honest. I didn't do it. The more honest you are, the better off it'll be for you. If you did this, Keith, you say you didn't, I believe you, but if you did do this, Keith, you need to own up to it for your mental health and for you, so you can get through this, okay? So like I said, Keith, if you did this, tell them, and do it now. I didn't do any of this. Why would I? I don't know, Keith. All I know is they have evidence. I didn't do this, No? I'm not saying you did it again. I wasn't there. I believe what you're telling me. I mean, not in my mind. I believe it. Not in my mind recollection. I didn't do this. Well, you better start searching your mind.
For the record, that was a call on April 28th. The next call to publish April 30th, 2018.
And we may be able to see Bryant, because Pat was over here today, and she said it's horrible. I know what it's like.
Well, tell everything I know. Get it going.
Hear that?
Investigator Quinteri, I know that was a quick call. What was of evidentiary value in that call between the defendant and his mother about
So
what he said?
They were talking about his stepson, and Mr. Johansen says, well, what if he did it? And obviously the mother's response was, he's 6.
Right. Okay. Your Honor, that's all the questions State has for this witness at this time.
Ross? Good morning. I do have a few follow-up questions to ask you. You had mentioned that you were involved in the process of getting video records, getting a search warrant for Arlo records. And you said that, you mentioned that they were, it was taking an inordinate amount of time. It's true that it took about 20 days to get the videos attempts to have a quicker response from Arlo?
Yes.
Okay. And was that by yourself or by other people from the Sheriff's Office?
There were myself and Sergeant Harris-Kopoulos.
Okay. And just for clarity, would those attempts by way of phone or by email or both or
Both.
texting or whatever?
Phone and email.
Okay. And as a matter of fact, there was a time when Arlo rejected the first search warrant and asked for a new one. Is that correct?
That's correct.
Okay. And do you recall in the first attempt, or the first search warrant that was sent to them, that the requested time frame for video records was March 28th through April the 7th of 2018?
Yes.
Okay. And so eventually you did get on the 20, would have been about the 28th that you got the records in of April?
It was the 27th.
27th, okay.
Yes, sir.
All right. Now, coincidentally, that was the day that Mr. Johansen was arrested in the case?
That's correct.
All right. So the first call that the jury just heard would have been the day after his arrest?
Yes.
Okay. Now let me go back to the 7th of April of 2018. Mr. Johansen goes to the sheriff's office and is it your understanding or recollection that Mr. Johansen first arrived at the sheriff's office around 12:46 p.m.?
Yes, sir.
Okay. And he did not leave the sheriff's office until around 1 o'clock the morning of April the 8th?
That is correct.
So approximately about 12 hours?
Yes, sir.
Basically? Okay. And as you said earlier, when he did leave on around 1 o'clock on the 8th, he was not under arrest at that time?
He was not.
Okay. But there was a time during the 12-hour period of time when he was told he could not leave, correct?
That's correct.
All right. And do you remember about when that was?
I don't recall the time for that.
Okay. All right. Do you know if that would have been towards the beginning of his time there, towards the end, somewhere in the middle?
That would have been closer to the end because our interviews were already done. He had already spoken to his parents several different times, so that was definitely way later in the day.
Would it have been yourself that told him he couldn't leave or someone else, to your knowledge?
I don't recall.
Okay. All right. All right. Thank you very much. That's all I have.
Any reader?
No, Your Honor.
May this witness be excused?
She's to remain under.
Okay.